My parents always called my younger sister Sarah the free spirit. In reality, that was just code for unemployed and living off everyone else. While I spent my 20s working 60-hour weeks to build my architecture firm, Sarah was finding herself on 3 different continents, all on my parents' dime. Last month, my father passed away. At the funeral, Sarah showed up in a brand new Range Rover. I was confused because my parents had been complaining about money for years, claiming they were barely getting by on Social Security. 2 days later, we sat down for the reading of the will. Sarah sat there with a smug look on her face, already scrolling through luxury apartment listings on her phone. The lawyer cleared his throat. To my daughter Sarah, I leave the family beach house and the remaining balance of the primary savings account, totaling $450,000. Sarah let out a small whoop of joy. Then the lawyer looked at me. To my son, Mark, I leave the primary residence in the city and my collection of vintage watches. Sarah's face dropped. Wait, the city house is worth double the beach house. Why does Mark get more? He's already rich. My mom chimed in, looking at me with pleading eyes. Mark, honey, you know Sarah needs the stability. We were thinking, maybe you could sign the city house over to her. You have that big mansion in the suburbs anyway. I didn't say a word. I just pulled a thick manila folder out of my briefcase and slid it across the mahogany table. What is this? My mom asked. Those, I said calmly, are the promissory notes Dad signed over the last 10 years. The room went dead silent. See, every time Dad called me saying he couldn't afford his heart medication or that the property taxes were going to cause a foreclosure, I didn't just give him the money. I knew Sarah was spending it. I knew about the European retreats and the spiritual workshops he was funding for her while claiming he was broke. I looked Sarah dead in the eye. Every cent I sent them was structured as a private loan secured by the equity of the city house, totaling exactly $620,000. According to the terms Dad signed, those loans are due in full upon his death. Sarah started screaming. You're stealing my inheritance, Mom! Tell him! My mom was white as a sheet. Mark, we didn't think you'd actually... It's family. Family doesn't lie to their son for a decade to subsidize a 30-year-old's vacation lifestyle, I replied. The city house is legally mine to cover the debt. And since the beach house was also listed as secondary collateral for the 2021 loan, the one Sarah used for her startup that never launched, I'll be taking that too. The lawyer nodded. The paperwork is ironclad, Mrs. Evans. Sarah, you have 30 days to vacate the beach property. Sarah lost her Range Rover the next week. Turns out the lease was also being paid by a hardship fund my parents set up with my money. My mom tried to guilt trip me, saying Sarah was distraught, but I just blocked their numbers. I sold both houses and donated the profits to a charity that helps students from low-income families afford college. If Sarah wants a spiritual journey now, she can walk.